Hey everybody, it's Jim Shelby. I'm here with my business partner and good friend Larry Cohn. We're here at Small Business Independence Day 2020. And Larry, there's so many people that think there's just one way to build a business or one way to do things. And St. Louis is filled with examples of how that just isn't the case. And you shared with us the story of the Wainwright Building. And I'd love for you to share it with our audience today.
Great, thanks, and thanks for joining us. What inspires me about this building was back in the 1880s and in the early 1890s, the urbanization of America was on. Cities were becoming more dense, and architects were looking at ways to build up, to consolidate space. Louis Sullivan, the architect that designed this building, looked at existing structures, and he didn't see what they were, he saw what they could become. And what I mean by that is that the older multi-story buildings were weight-bearing because all the weight of the building from the upper floors came from the walls of the building. But Sullivan took a different viewpoint of the building, and he re-examined it, and he came up with a concept called column reinforcement or steel frame reinforcement, where he would take the rebar and put it up through the columns, and that way the weight wouldn't be on the walls, and as a result you could get higher buildings. So Frank Lloyd Wright says that this was the modern visionary of the skyscraper today. And so what inspires me about this as it relates to St. Louis Small Business Independence Day is sometimes you have to take another look at your business. We look at it through the same eyes and see the same things often. And if Sullivan didn't do that, we might not ever have a 20 or 30 or 50 or 100-story building. But he saw what exists, and he took it to the next step. He took it higher because he was able to go inside and recreate the way a modern building is today. And that's here in St. Louis, and so I hope that applies to your business. Now we're at a time of change, we're at a time of reinvention, and I know it's difficult to reinvent something that you see every day, but Sullivan did it, you can do it. This is the spirit of St. Louis.
Yeah, and I just want to add, it's in situations like this, you have to understand that there's people saying hello right next door, St. Louis's finest. You have to understand that the way that we've been doing things may not be the way that's most efficient. So during this time, take the time to reflect, adjust, make the changes necessary so that you too can go up.